Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we're looking at my newest custom figure, which is an original character. This is for the same customer who got the Nobu Assassin custom. That was the ninja guy with the black outfit, kind of based on Ryu Hayabusa with the red scarf. This is meant to be a villain for that character, so he can have him in kind of like a standoff type of display. This guy's name will be, or is, BERZERK. The base figure for this guy is the Super Action Statue Cars figure. If you remember a while ago, it was the mostly naked guy that I reviewed. He had purple hair and a loincloth, and that was about it. And so what you can see, oh, he had some boots. So everything you see on this guy, other than his hands, his nose and lips, and the knee pads, and this piece right here, is all fresh sculpt. I sculpted every part of it. Oh, I didn't sculpt the neck. The cloth wraps there, I left that from the original figure because I thought it looked cool on his neck. But everything else is sculpted. All of the armor, all the way around, that is all 100% new. And I decided to re-sculpt the lower boots as well, or the shin parts, because I just didn't like the way they looked. It didn't match the rest of the figure. So my inspiration for this guy, my customer said he wanted just like a villain type character, a boss fight, if you will, something like that. And so this is just what came to mind, kind of like a ninja, a futuristic, cybernetically enhanced ninja of some sort with some magical power. I was thinking Ninja Gaiden, and then as far as just the design for it, I just kind of winged it, and this is what I came up with. Some of the inspiration can go back to an old Toy Biz X-Men figure I had forever ago. It was a Gambit figure, and he was basically in this color scheme, and he was kind of armored up. So I just kind of went with that, and then I just kept doing whatever I thought looked good. So I put the collar around the neck. Cars had a really high sitting head. It looked odd. So what I did was I hollowed out the torso, and I dropped a new joint peg in there for the neck itself. So the neck is articulated on top of that. It's really stiff because you don't want your neck flopping around. So there's a joint peg for the neck itself, and then the head is articulated on top of the neck. So he actually has a little bit better articulation than Cars did originally, and it doesn't look quite so disproportionate. As far as the rest of the articulation, I actually added a little bit into the torso and to the legs. The elbows are about the same, biceps are about the same, shoulders are actually a little bit better. The way they had it set up, he's got these caps that go over the ball joints of his shoulder, and that's the actual deltoid muscles. That's the cap, and I added armor on top of it, but I hollowed out the armor on the top on either side so that he can still raise his arms almost all the way, but you can get the arms up sideways and then rotate the bicep if you want to. You can get a pretty good range of motion all the way out, all the way around. So I was pretty happy with that, how it turned out. And he does have the butterfly joints in there. So basically all of the articulation the original figure had, this guy has, even though I added all kinds of armor to him. I was going for an asymmetrical look with the arms. I thought it would look cool if his left arm was more of like a defensive arm. It had larger pieces of armor, larger shoulder pad, and then on the right side where he would be holding his weapons and having that blade, I thought it could be a little smaller, more agile. So that's kind of what I did for that. So the base body I painted all black, and then largely the armor is the lighter silver, and then there are some segments, as you can see, with the darker gunmetal color, and then on top of that we have the turquoisey metallic color, kind of pearlescent. He also has these blue straps for the actual straps for the armor up and down the legs. There's one on either arm, and then there's one on the torso on either side. So there's two on the torso. So there's that shade of blue and then the turquoise color as well. As far as paint, for the visor, I painted the visor like a gloss red. Well, I painted it red and then I added gloss over it, and I added some like light reflection going on there, little white lines throughout that. And then I sculpted the whole head, like I said, other than the nose and lips. I sculpted the whole visor and helmet and hair and everything. It turned out looking a little bit like Raiden mixed with RoboCop, but I wasn't using either of those as inspiration. I mean, I had thought about Raiden a little bit, but I wasn't planning on making it look like him. The hair just turned out that way because I thought it looked cool. So I don't know, I guess that's alright. I don't have a problem with it. I think it looks alright. So I'm happy with that. So since this guy has a whole lot of posability, I had to give him some accessories. So he does have a fire accessory for either hand, so you can have him, as you saw in the beginning, he can hold the fire. He has a large axe, which we wanted him to have kind of like a big iconic weapon rather than just something standard. And he has a flail, a single flail. It's on the end of a chain, and the chain it has wire run through it, so it's semi-posable. Can't hold any pose you want, but it can hold for the most part, so that's not too bad. And that'll make for some nice dynamic poses, I think, some displays. And then of course he has all of the different hands that the original base figure had. There's just a whole bunch, so we don't need to go through all of those. And he comes with a display stand with the L-shaped piece on the top if you want it, that one if you don't. And of course I left the peg hole in the back so that he can be displayed properly. So that is it. That is Berserk. I'll have some pictures at the end, so don't leave too soon. And thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about this guy in the comment section below. And stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.